We know that Senate Republicans can read polls as much as they mouth the anti-science claptrap. They can see the coronavirus statistics, and they know the pandemic is getting worse. They hear the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell warn that without a massive new stimulus bill, the economy is going to crater. They see the fake President Trump's disastrous appearances, especially his horrific interview with the faux News Sunday host Chris Wallace. So they know their opponents in the upcoming election will tie them to the buffoonish, lying, and monstrously callous fake president. You can hear the whiffs of desperation seep into their statements. The New York Times quotes Senator Ben Sasse, who's a Republican from Nebraska. He says, "I want more briefings, but more importantly, I want the whole White House to start acting like a team on a mission to tackle a real problem." Peter Navarro's Larry, Moe, and Curly junior high slap fight this week is yet another way to undermine public confidence that these guys grasp that tens of thousands of Americans have died and tens of millions are out of work. But Senate Majority Leader Moscow Mitch, who's excuse me, the Senate Majority Leader Moscow Mitch, who's a Republican from Kentucky, knows his bargaining power and talk with the House is drying up. He has to pass a bill, and a substantial one at that. The spiraling pandemic and the increasingly virulent politics around Washington's handling of the novel coronavirus are raising the pressure on the Senate Republicans as they try to craft a fresh coronavirus relief package, which, which the Post reports. As the Senate returns this week for a 3-week sprint before the August break, Majority Leader Moscow Mitch is facing competing demands from the fake President Trump and Republican senators, including some who are up for re-election in states that are hit hard by the virus and are coming under withering attacks by Democratic challengers over this pandemic. Republicans insist that liability protection for employees be included in the stimulus package, but if the House holds firm, will Republicans have the nerve to vote down a stimulus package? I am guessing they don't. They are not about to let the weekly $600 federal add-on to employment insurance benefits lapse. They do not want to face the wrath of their state government, which is basically the police, firefighters, teachers, and other government workers back home, if they do not agree to hundreds of billions of dollars in new federal funding. Moscow Mitch made a grave error in not striking a deal months ago. Now, as the virus surges and Trump's standing collapses, he's in a far worse position to extract concessions from the House. The woes of the Republican senators do not end here, and that's because their problematic attachment to Trump does not end there either. Will they demand coronavirus data go directly to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention rather than the politicized Department of Health and Human Services stocked with Trump's lackeys? Will they insist on a provision in the Defense Department appropriations bill that requires the renaming of bases bearing the name of the Confederate generals? Will they remain mute as Trump uses Custom and Border Protection agents as his private goon squad, attacking demonstrators, refusing to identify themselves, and hauling demonstrators away in unmarked vehicles? Will they pass any sort of police reform bill before November? Republicans' self-created plight reminds me of the book title, "Everybody Wants to Go to Heaven, but Nobody Wants to Die." In this case, Republicans all want to get reelected. They simply do not want to do the things they need to do, incurring Trump's wrath along the way to get to a political heaven. But yep. So that's it there. So if you like the video, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, Ryan Van Wyk, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll also be notified when a new video comes out. And thanks for listening.